One thing I love about this state is its history, because it will talk to you if you know where to look. And that's why I'm so excited today to be at the brand new renovated Kiel Ranch. This is in North Las Vegas. You cannot study Las Vegas history or the state of Nevada without coming here first.
A natural spring sparked the beginning of this region's history. The origins of the Las Vegas Valley circle back to Kiel Ranch.
John,
Yes.
welcome, welcome.
How are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Welcome to Kiel Ranch. Appreciate you coming out.
Well, thank you, my brother, for having me. This is a beautiful place.
Thank you. It's our newest park here in the city of North Las Vegas, and we're proud of it.
You should be. Now take me back to the beginning, the importance of this park. It has a long and rich history, doesn't it?
It's got a very rich history, but it all starts right here because you got to understand water. Water is what started this whole concept. Las Vegas is Spanish for the meadows, and right here we have one of the first artesian wells. That's what started the whole Las Vegas Valley.
Relying on these springs, Southern Paiutes populated the land. Soon after, Mormon missionaries developed the Indian farm that Conrad Kiel would later purchase.
Tell me about the Kiels. Who were they?
They were an artistic family. Conrad Kiel is the gentleman that came out here at the bequest of Octavius Gass, one of the original founders of the town. He called Kiel and says, hey, I need you to come out here and settle this land, create some orchards, and bring some produce and bring some trade out here. And so he came out in 1875 and set up the ranch.
How big was the ranch?
The ranch was around 250 acres.
Conrad Kiel made good use of the land and its resources. He grew hay, fruits, and vegetables, selling his fresh produce and wine to miners in the area.
You know, Cass, as I walk through here and I read the historical markers and I soak it all in, I'm really struck by how this particular spot is really sort of a historical prism for all sorts of stories.
John, that's a great word for it because it's the focal point. The water started it all, but then after that, mankind took it over and they built a little bit of everything. From the original ranch to our adobe house built in the 1880s, which was really just a storage house. It's the second oldest building in the state of Nevada. Yet at the same time, you go from that era all the way to the 1940s, and we're a dude ranch and we're giving out quick divorces.
Next door to the adobe house sits the doll house, an old cottage built for the divorce ranch. The two remain as the only historical structures on the premises. The White House mansion, built near the adobe house in 1912, burned down in 1992. The mansion was built by local banker John Burke, who owned the ranch at the time. It was the social focal point of young Las Vegas, with tea parties, music recitals, and elegant dinners.
Tell me about the divorce ranch, because that's hysterical.
It is historical. The divorce ranch was really just a sign of the times. Nevada's always had a very liberal approach to marriages and to divorces. But as high society from the LA market kept coming up here to enjoy the ranch, it just naturally evolved, and the owners of the ranch just naturally took advantage of, wait a minute, people are looking for a quick divorce. I've got a great ranch. They put two and two together, and voila.
And restoring this park and that building is no easy task. I mean, it's painstaking for you, is it not?
It's painstaking, but it's a function of love. We want our kids to understand what life was at the turn of the century right here in North Las Vegas.
An outdoor history lesson, Kiel Ranch takes you back centuries. All you need to do is follow the clues.
One of the things I love about this park and what you're doing here is you have these really great historical markers that you can read about. There's pictures, they're well done. But what I want to ask you about, and this one refers to it, is the Stewart family.
In 1881, Octavius Gass defaulted on a loan to Archibald Stewart, resulting in the Stewart family relocating from Paiute to live on the site of the old Mormon fort. The Stewarts did not like neighbor Conrad Kiel and the seedy characters he allowed on his ranch.
It's the Wild Wild West. You got to remember, this was 100 so years ago. So here we are at the turn of the century, around the 1900s. And here, the Kiels were very important here, but just a short way away were the Stewart families. Helen Stewart, the first lady of Las Vegas, and her husband were just around the way.
On June 13, 1884, Helen's husband, Archibald, was shot dead on Kiel's property. Fingers pointed at Conrad and a ranch hand, but they were acquitted due to a lack of witnesses. A decade later, Conrad passed away, leaving the ranch to his two boys, William and Edwin.
Lo and behold, the Stewart brothers come over here and find the Kyle brothers dead. And so then the question begged was, what happened to the Kyle brothers? Was it suicide? Was it murder? Or what? But then the rumors and the innuendos kept rumbling around. 1970 pops up. We've got new forensic technology. We exhume the bodies of the Kyle brothers and find out they were murdered right here on the ranch.
Following the deaths of William and Edwin, Kyle's heirs sold the ranch's 240 acres to William A. Clark and his Utah, Nevada, California Railroad Company. Clark decided not to use the land for the train tracks and sold the acreage to banker John S. Park. Clark did build the railroad, establishing the town of Las Vegas as a maintenance stop. Later, the area was named Clark County in his honor.
Right here is where it all started.
Without this water, we're not telling, you and I aren't even meeting
We're not
today.
here, yes.
The whole story is not. Now, this is beautiful. I know it is a swimming pool at one point, yes?
It was a gorgeous swimming pool. It was the pool, the western side of the United States. People from LA came up here to enjoy the waters. The waters were about as big as this whole area. It was a natural pool. They didn't have it in Las Vegas. That was just starting over here. So people came out here to enjoy.
Today, 7 acres guards centuries of history here at Kiel Ranch, a legacy you can relive with a simple walk in the park.
Well, you have opened up my mind as to the history of this place. You would have no idea if this park wasn't here, and so you're doing a great service, Cass. You're my kind of guy. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Welcome anytime. Please come back.